Alright, so we're back with the deck profile. Even though it's the same deck from last week, we're just going to go ahead and go through it again because I made a couple changes. So, super fast. Still 3 Alistair. Still 3 Ecclesia. 2 Fleur-de-Lis. No Maximus still, haven't gotten it. 3 Ash. 2 Veiler. 2 Ogre. To wrap up our monsters, just Red Eyes and Dark Magician. Then for spells, still standard. 3 Meltdown, Terraforming, 2 Invocation for the Alistair package. Then we have 3 Nadir Servant, 2 Triple Tactics Talents, still the 1 Called By, and the 1 Red Eyes Fusion. Chops is where things change up. We're doing 2 Punishment now. I wanted the second one a lot last week, so we put the second one in. Then we're doing 2 Ice Dragon Prison. This card I always thought was good, but now after watching a couple of people who play it main deck, I'm gonna try it out as well. Triple Impermanence, the 1 Schism, and I still like Summon Limit, so we still play the 2 Summon Limit. No Trap Trick. I think they're running 3 punishments just a bit too much, but I do recognize that the LCS player had some good success with it. For extra, Almirage, Secure Gardna, and Predaplant Verte Anaconda for links. Moving on to fusions, it's 2 Makaba, 1 Purgatrio, and 1 Aguades. We're still playing 2 Shaddolls. We would play the Construct if we had Maximus. 1 Ash Dragon, 2 copies of Intis, and of course Dragoon. To wrap off the extra, Wind Pegasus and Psyframe Lord Omega. So actually hasn't changed at all because we don't have the Maximus. Once we do get Maximus, it'll change a bit. Now, the last thing, the side deck. The side deck changed up a bit as well. It's now 3 Nibs still, but we put in 2 Droll, 1 Pankratops. Still on to 3 Cyclones. We're actually side decking the Droplets now instead of main decking them. And still 3 Evenly Matched. Hopefully with this build, we can do better than we did last week. Anything higher than 7th place should be good.
What's good, YouTube? Mega Man 1378 here. We're back for episode number 2. We're here. This is our time. This is our time to shine. We're going to win. We're going to win today. Promise you guys. So yeah, locals again. We're just gonna go do our best. I have the deck profile coming up just because I changed like tiny little things, but for the most part, we're still gonna play Dogmatika Invoked. It did really well last week. The only losses were either to myself or to the deck itself, just like bricking. So I'm confident in the deck. It did win a LCS last week when we were doing our tournament, so I think that by itself speaks for the deck's power. We're not gonna be alone today though. We gotta go pick somebody up, and then we're gonna go head straight to locals. So I'll see you guys there. All right. We found him. It's my boy Beans. Say what's up, Beans.
Yo, this is the Hunter. We about to go top our locals, bro. You already know. UV lane cards.
What deck you playing today?
Yo, we playing Dinos today, man.
All right, we got Dinos, Dogmatika. We gonna win. First place, second place.
Yeah, man. First place, second place, bro. We're gonna come in second, bro. It's gonna be great.
All right, see you soon. All right, hey guys, it's been a while actually. We did the first 3 rounds already. I had absolutely no time in between them to do this, so we're just gonna go ahead and recap pretty much all 3 rounds, which means it's probably gonna be a pretty short video. Round 1, we played against Crusadia. There's my boy in there. He mixed my shit up, that's the simplest way to put it. Game 1, not really remembering it too well. I think I put like I lost the die roll. Who's gonna go first? I think I just do like Ecclesia, get punishment or something like that, and pass. But he does this Crusadia board. He plays through my interruptions, and he puts out an Avramax that can't be destroyed by card effects because of Masquerena. So my play to try to out that was Ice Dragon's Prison. but he had the Crusadia spell card that negates the, not negates, but it makes it so they're unaffected by other card effects, except that their own. So with that was pretty much game 1. With game 2, I won off the back of Dragoon, 100%. Just summoned Dragoon, and that was pretty much it. There's not really much to talk about that. But game 3 is where things get interesting. Game 3, I get to go first again. I do some, I think my board is like Makaba with Ecclesia, with a Fleur-de-Lis in hand, a Punishment set, and another back row set. I forget what it was. I think it was Impermanence or something like that. He's doing a bunch of Crusadia lines. I have some hand traps in my hand. I have, if I recall, I think I have like a Ghost Ogre, an Effect Veiler, a Drolin Lockbird. So I use all that stuff, and we're playing it out, and time gets called. So once he has time, before time gets called, he tried to attempt to enter the battle phase, but I was going to use Punishment. So time gets called when I try to resolve Punishment. He tries to use Equimax's effect to negate my Punishment, and I probably should have just let it go, but for some reason I was like, whatever. There's nothing he could do. But he had the Trap Trick Succeed, Rafflesia, I think it was. So he detached the material to negate my Fleur-de-Lis that had chained in response to Equimax, and negated it with Gravedigger's Trapple and burned me for 2,000. So that was my round 1 loss. Definitely should have just let it rock, but it is what it is. That was game 1. GG's. Round 2, we play against Dinosaurs, and in round 2, I get to go first. So I set up a board of pretty much just my normal stuff. Ecclesia, I get a Fleur-de-Lis, and I set a Punishment. I'm not able to do too much more after that. For his turn, he goes and he summons Giant Rex after activating the field spell to give me a token. He tries to crash into the token. He does the baby stuff, so he does a bunch of dinosaur things. His end board is Pankratops, Dolka, and Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. I don't remember what I do here, but okay, no, I do remember. So this is when I Red Eyes Fusion, because I just so happened to have it in my hand. I Red Eyes Fusion while I have a Meltdown on board, so he can't respond to the Red Eyes Fusion. So I bring out Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. I pop the Ultimate Conductor. He chains Dolka. I use I use Red Eyes Dark Dragoon again to try to pop the same card. This time he lets it go. During the battle phase, I attack over the Pankratops, discarding an Alistair I had in my hand. He tries to Dolka negate, and then I negate with Dragoon. From there, he's not able to come back. Game number 2. Game number 2 is interesting. We both opened pretty bad. Granted, I opened a starter, so I was kind of lit, but he had the response for the starter. So he sets 2 cards, one of them being an Impermanence. I set 4 cards. My cards were Impermanence, Ice Dragon's Mirror, Punishment, Schism, and Evenly Matched. So from there, it's just draw pass until he finally draws Lost World with a dinosaur. I tried to basically interrupt him as much as I can, which I'm able to. I think like his end board was only like the Giant Rex and like an Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, and so we do draw pass for a bit, but I'm not able to draw any outs, so he ends up winning that game. Game 3, I'm trying to remember game 3. It was like 45 minutes ago. Game 3. I think it was much of the same, to be honest. I got to go first. I set up okay, so now I remember it. Game 3, I got to go first. My hand is Butt. I just summoned Ecclesia, search for Punishment, and I have Fleur-de-Lis in hand. In his turn, he summons out Oviraptor. He searches for a baby. He discards a Miscellaneous. He gets for Archosaur. He does his full combo. And on my turn, I top deck a Magical Meltdown with my hand being Meltdown, Dark Magician, and Fleur-de-Lis. There was absolutely nothing I can do there, so that's how he got that game. Round 3 was against Dragon Link, but he's using like Chaos Dragon Link. It was kind of cool. I liked it. I like his little variation on it. Game number 1, I'm not gonna hold you guys. I lost game number 1 due to Dragoonity Divine Lance. Apparently that card prevents the monster from being affected by trap cards. So I had all the interruptions for everything. So when he made Romulus and he activated the Divine Lance and he equipped the Phalanx, I tried to Ice Dragon Criticism there, but the trap card prevents it. From there, he makes his board, and with the only card in my hand being a Fleur de Lis, there's not really much I can do there, so that's that. Game 2, I get to go first again. I make Macabre, and I have Summon Limit. That Summon Limit is putting in Clutch, so the Summon Limit is holding him back for a while. He Striker Dragons, and he summons something else. I forgot what it was. Oh, no, okay. So he summoned Phalanx, and he summoned Striker Dragon, and those were his 2 summons for the Summon Limit. On his next turn, he summons Chaos Dragon Livionaire, and he sets a card. I don't know what the card is. He attacks over my Ecclesia with Chaos Dragon. On my turn, I make another Macabre. So my field at this point is 2 Macabres and a Fleur de Lis that I summoned to negate the Chaos Dragon. I attack into the Chaos Dragon with Fleur de Lis, so both of us KO ourselves. I attack his face down, which happens to be a Black Metal Dragon, with one of my Macabres, and when I try to attack directly, he goes for Quick Launch, which gets him a Rocket Tracer, so I attack that instead. With the Darkness Metal, he searches with the Black Metal, he searches a Darkness Metal, and on his turn, he activates Red Eyes Fusion, and that's pretty much it. With the only card in my hand was an Alistair, so even if I would have negated the Red Eyes, the Dark Dragoon, it didn't matter. He popped both of them, and then he attacked for game, so that was that. So we are X3 currently. Dogmatic Invoke is probably not my deck, to be honest, although I think honestly it would be a lot better if we were playing Maximus, if we had the Maximus. So I'm not going to hold this too much. What I am going to do though is probably next week I'm going to try out a different deck until I at least get the Maximus. I don't think I'm going to try Dogmatica again, so let's go ahead and go aside. I'm pretty sure round number 4 is about to start right now. See you guys at the end of round 4. Alright, so the tournament is done. Round 4, I got a bye, so I didn't even get the chance to play, which is quite unfortunate. I mainly came to play Yu-Gi-Oh, so I don't really care. So getting the bye actually sucks, but it is what it is. In the beginning of the video, I made a joke saying, hey, I got 7th. There's no way I can get any worse than that. Today, I got worse than that. I've lost every single round I played, so came at the very bottom at 13th place. Now, there's legit nowhere else for me to go except up. So we should be good next week. Honestly, I think what's really holding me back is not having that Maximus, because I feel like if we had Maximus, there was many games where I had the opportunity to drop Macabre, Maximus, Macabre, Macabre, Ecclesia, search Maximus, which would give me the Schism, which will allow me to summon Winda. Because a lot of the games that I did end up winning were the games where I had Summon Limit, and Winda is basically the same thing as Summon Limit except with special summons. So I really do think that if we had Maximus, the entire tournament would have been different, but I don't know. Next week, if we get Maximus, we'll play Dogmatica one more time and see if that actually does make a difference. If not, we're going to switch to a different deck, which I hope you guys are excited to see. Anyway, this is Mega Man 1 through 788 logging out.